Retired Navy SEAL David Goggins is described as one of the toughest men on the planet. He's the only man in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller.
I had to tell them the truth. I had to tell them where I came from.
He's also an ultramarathon runner with more than 60 races under his belt.
I come from hell. A lot of people put a title on me. They see me now. They see me now as the guy that with his shirt off who can do 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, who can run 205 miles in 39 hours, who can do all this crazy shit. But what they don't understand is they don't understand the journey that it took me to get to this point. Most of my life, people didn't know it. So, my mom got abused physically, mentally by my dad. There was an incident one time when my mom got knocked out on top of the stairs and they dragged her down the stairs by her hair. And at 6 years old, I'll never forget this. In my mind, I was always afraid. My whole life I was afraid, but I had this fucking voice, this conscience that would always be battling me, saying, hey, you got to get up and do something. It seemed like bad shit was always happening, but at a young age, I felt like I was a man of the house. My dad beat the hell out of me. School wasn't great for me. So everywhere I went, I was having all these kind of obstacles hit me in the face. So I became a really closed person. Like two sides of David Goggins. There was one side that was like, I'm a tough guy. That was the outside surface. But on the inside, I was a kid that was just hurting. That needed all kind of help, but no one knew it. From the age of 19 to the age of 22, I gained 125 pounds in that time frame. I went from 175 to almost 300, to 297 was my heaviest. And I started finding things that was comfortable. And the more things I found comfortable, the more uncomfortable my mind was. I brave cockroaches and spraying at different steak and shakes, red lobster, whatever, from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And what changed, I came home and watched this Discovery Channel show, Class 224. I was watching these guys going through Hell Week.
Hell Week, the most dreaded week of buds. It's the ultimate test of one's physical and mental motivation. A round-the-clock regimen of intensive physical training and harassment, with as little as 4 hours of sleep during the entire week.
And these guys are ringing the bell, quitting, dropping their helmet down, rolling out. A lot of guys just leaving. And I saw real men, what I thought were real men who were staying. That's where everything changed for me. At 297 pounds, I decided to be a Navy SEAL. To get into the class I had to get into, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. So my first run, when I decided to lose the weight, my idea was to run 4 miles for my first run. I didn't know how bad it's going to hurt me. I ran a quarter mile and walked home. I walked home and sat on my couch and cried. I sat down and I gave up. I said, this ain't gonna fucking happen. I could lose 106 pounds and I can't even go a quarter mile. And my mind just kept with me. It kept fucking, you're not good enough, man. This isn't for you, man. These guys are the baddest motherfuckers on planet Earth. You're not that. I had 2 options. To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed. And what it was, and it's kind of funny, I was obsessed with Rocky. So what I did, I sat down there and I put Rocky in. Rocky 1 in particular. And I would fast forward to round 14. shit out of Rocky. Beat the shit out of him. He kept fighting. He was a dumb fighter. Couldn't read, couldn't fuck, that was me. Couldn't read, couldn't write. Just punchy, everything about him. He was in that corner, everybody was saying, stay the down. Apollo Creed raised his arms up in the air, turned around, thought he won the fight. He turns around and sees this guy getting up, and it was the face of Apollo Creed that changed my life. It was like, just by that motherfucker getting up, not winning, just by him getting the up, Rocky had taken his soul. Had literally taken his soul. His head goes down. He looks at him like, what the are you? I wanted to be that. I wanted to be the guy that people looked at but said, this motherfucker is going to keep coming after whatever the fuck is in front of him. I wanted that. I wanted that worse than anything in the world. I wanted to feel something besides defeat. So it's how I started talking to myself and putting myself in a whole different category, and that would fuel me the next day. I just kept using that as fuel. What story would it be if my fat, dumb, insecure ass can overcome this shit? What if I can be a SEAL, man? And the second day, I went right back after it again, but I started realizing I can't run that far. So what I did was I became damn near a professional cyclist with the miles I put on the bike. I rode a bike a lot. And I spent hours in the pool. I went to the pool an awful lot. So I started fitting a whole bunch. And then the bike got easier. I was able to run more. I went from like 1 mile, 2 miles, and then from 2 to 3, and I went from 3 to 6. Just going further and further. And then when I got through running, I go to the pool. If I got tired somewhere, my legs were tired, I go to the gym. If it was raining outside at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, if it was snowing, my instinct was, we gotta fucking go out there. And I lost the weight. I went back to recruiter, I got into that class, and I went through 3 Navy SEAL Hell Weeks in 1 year. Only guy to ever be in 3 Hell Weeks in 1 year, to my knowledge. The first one I didn't make it through, the next 2 I did. And I didn't stop anymore from there. And I started realizing through this process that the mind is what you created. And I started opening different doors that I didn't think were even there, even existed. And the more doors I opened up, the more I started realizing that my potential is damn near endless. And it changed my whole mindset. And that journey is a priceless journey that is hard for me to even explain to people. It was brutal. It's a brutal journey. And like there's a quote that was said, going into combat, going into war, out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even fucking be there. 80 of them are just targets. 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1. And that's just how I live my life. I appreciate self-discipline. Self-discipline is everything. I didn't have a motherfucker come wake me up. I had no trainer. I didn't have a nutritionist. It was the self-discipline that I had to thrive. I never want to get on social media. I believe all these fucking cameras and phones and shit, it takes you away from the most powerful thing in the world, which is your mind. I make a very small salary from being retired from the military. I'm a minimalist motherfucker. Give me a backpack, a fucking ground to sleep on, and a pull-up bar, and some running shoes, and a Subway sandwich or some shit, and I'm straight. That's all I need. I believe in patience. I'm a patient dude. It's just how you get somewhere in life. I'm on a journey of life, and we all have a different journey. I want to be able to look back on my life when I'm all dead and be so fucking proud of myself. This is all temporary shit to me. I want to be forever proud of who I was as a man. If I die now, if I die at 8, if I die at 90, 100, I want to look at myself and say, proud of myself. I hope that this story can change somebody's life. I'm not the best at anything. I'm not gifted. I'm just driven. And it's all about trying to share that message with people. And it's not about being selfish. I'm trying to create a better me, so hopefully people who are hearing this are taking it the right way. I want you to see how far you can go. I like a motherfucker whose life is imploded, ain't got shit in life, and says, still gotta get after it today, man. So that's when you move from motivation to driven to obsessed. And I want people to realize once you get to this portion over here, the driven obsessed part, you're unstoppable. I know you're capable of more. It's all on you. It's all on you. Tell yourself the truth. If someone calls you fucking fat, they may be bullying you, but you might be fucking fat. Someone calls you dumb, it's mean, but you might be fucking dumb. It's life, man. Take it for what it's worth and change it.